Hello. Are you there? Can you hear me? Chief is running the volumes for us. So, Chief, if you could turn down the burgundy just a teeny bit. So, it's Monday. It's Monday. Hello. Welcome. I am Crystal. This is Clear as Crystal. This is a place, as I mentioned in my intro video, I don't know if you had a chance to watch it for those that I shared with on social media or those who joined us or may have seen. But this is Clear as Crystal. This is a channel where we talk about what you're not supposed to say, but not in a way that is aggressive. How many aggressive people did you deal with today? Just curious. Think about it. How many people did you encounter today that was just upset because it was Monday? Upset because they have to go back to a job they hate. How many people? How many people did you have to send an email? You had to drop off a delivery. You picked up something from the post office. It just, whoever you encountered, it just felt like, oh, I hate it. Think about it. Think about that. Keep that number, keep that situation in your mind. Keep that right there. And let's do a little bit of housekeeping like we did last time. So, as I mentioned before, and I'm going to say it every beginning of this stream, if you wouldn't mind stopping, let's take a deep breath together. One more time for that person that went off on you. And one last time, because you just literally thought about what you have to deal with tomorrow. I feel a little better. I hope you do. Because I'm going to just ask a request. I'm going to request that you go ahead and put this down. Put this down. Like I said, if you're watching on it, keep a tab open. Yeah. But give it a break. Just a break. You had to deal with emails all day. You might have just fed your kids. You had to take out the dog, let out the cats, clean the box. You just almost got in an accident in traffic. I need you to just pause and put this down for one moment. One moment. Like I said, I don't see this being a stream where I am just going for 3 hours. It could be a heavy topic. I'm not going to lie. It may happen like that occasionally. But tonight, it's Monday. We all just kind of need a little taste of something. But we need to decompress in our own way. So, do me a favor. Don't check the Tinder. Don't check the Facebook. Don't check the twatters. Don't look at that post you just put up. I know you was cute. I know, everybody know you cute. Just pause. Just pause for me. Just pause, because Monday can be a tough one. Mondays are tough for a reason. They're stereotypically tough. And I believe it's because over the weekend, you did what you wanted to do. And this morning, you woke up, rolled over in your bed, and exhaled before your feet even hit the floor. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You said, oh my God, I've got to do it again. Think about that. Think about that. So, I always like to start my stream. Hey, I like to set an atmosphere. I do. I love to set an atmosphere because we are all so bombarded with outside influences and issues. So you can expect that when you come on the stream, especially if you like to be on time, and I promise I will be better on being on time. I was not expecting to stream today before I started streaming yesterday. I was not expecting to do that. Were you, Chief? No, Chief is shaking his head in disbelief right now. I was not expecting to be doing this right now. And so that's why I said every stream, just surprises. Life is full of surprises. Oh my God, who texted you before you even got out of work? And now you got to deal with that tonight too. Hold up. That's not what we're here for. Come on in. Exhale is needed. Deep breaths is needed. And say, you know what? I'm going to give myself a little me time right now. And it's okay if you're watching this the day after. I don't care. I don't care. You don't have to tune in immediately when I'm streaming. We have lives. We have things we have to do. But right now, you're watching this. And I'm just going to ask you to just pause. Listen to the birds chirp. Listen to the waves crash. Just take it in. Let it go. Let go of that frustration. They were wrong. They were wrong. Yep. They were wrong. That's okay. Yep. That was not an easy pill to swallow today. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Because right now we have a moment in time to do something extremely important. Yeah. And that is, to address this pivotal moment in time. Pivotal moments in our lives. Pivotal moments in time. I know you probably have a favorite TV show, right? Everybody's got their little thing that they go ahead and listen into when they need to just relax. You know, it might be a comedy, it might be a drama, it might be something, you know, you just reading. There's your favorite book, and you remember that moment in time. That moment when that character had a choice to make, and not a small choice. It was one that would seem kind of big, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it could go both ways. I don't know. And you're feeling like, okay, well, I'm looking from a third person view. I can see that they could have taken either path. Life brings us along these paths. And we have to be able to see mentally, spiritually, and emotionally what is going on in a moment. So put that phone down. Put it down. Turn that TV off. I know it's good background noise. Let me see what she's talking about. Let's see if she really, go ahead. Put it down. Put it down, please. I know. Yeah. Because you're more important than all of that. And yes, you're watching me, but I want to talk about you. I want to talk about you. Because last night I kind of set up the stream and talking about the vision and kind of where we're going, kind of laying a foundation. And today I want us to be able to recognize things in our lives. And that requires, yes, putting down the phone, but a little bit of analyzing. So in that book, that character, that individual had a decision to make. As you can see, their path led them to that fork in the road. You saw it. You watched it. You watched that stream from beginning to end. You grew with that character. You were in tune with that character. And that character, like all of us, had a birth, had a calling on their lives, whatever it is. Slay a dragon. That's a calling of that character. They also had a moment that changed the trajectory of their lives. They had that moment. You saw it. You saw it. You saw that trauma. You saw that issue. And you were there with that character. You understood that character. It could be a comedy, like I said. It doesn't have to be a drama, because we connect with that. And so, birth, calling, all of a sudden a trauma. And then they had a little bit of life to experience. Maybe there were some that came into their lives and helped them. Maybe not. Maybe they connected with nature in a different way. Maybe that character began to realize things about themselves. Young teens or so. And then they turned into a young adult. And they faced a fork in the road. They said, I could either go down this route, which will help me to be vindicated in what I've been through, or they could go down this route. And it demanded a lot of them. It demanded a lot of them. To that character's mind, right there in that moment, they said, do I really have what it takes, one? And do I really want to put in that kind of effort to get there too? So that character, they had a choice to make. Think on that story, that item, that book. You even watching a friend's life. That's enough drama for me sometimes. And you watched which path they took. Diverging roads. What was their outcome? What was their emotion from that outcome? Did they choose a path of hardship where they knew that if I pressed in it, maybe I'll see what I was told when I was a child and that purpose? Or did they decide to say, well, I deserve? Who has said that today? I deserve. I deserve my order to be impeccable. You can work at a fast food restaurant, and this could have been a customer you dealt with today. I deserve to be vindicated. It's not right. No, I agree. They went off on you today. They went off on you today. They got under your skin. They pushed just a little more work on your plate that you know was their job. And maybe the boss does or does nothing about it. Yep, I see you. I hear you. I hear you. The question is, can you realize that you are the main character of your own story? Can you? Can you? Can you see yourself as the main character of your own story? Can you feel that you obviously were born? There was a purpose on your life. Trauma happened. Some time passed, maybe some healing happened in the middle of that. And now you are at a fork in the road. Because I can. I can. Last night, Chief, we expected that stream to be 10 minutes, right? Chief knows I'm quite a perfectionist. I am, but that's okay. It can be good when it's used correctly, like just about anything else. And last night blew our minds. Because something happened. Something spiritual happened. And I don't care if you're an atheist. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care who you believe God is. That's okay. That's okay. Just breathe. We're not going to get into a bunch of Bible verses. Just breathe and listen. And last night, there was something that shifted. For me, emotionally. Something shifted. Something happened. And I woke up this morning after talking to my husband for like 2 or 3, 5 hours about it after we hung up. And I said, this is a pivotal moment of my life. This is nothing to squander. This is nothing to pass over. This is nothing to take for granted. I don't care how many views were on that video. I don't care. My main concern was just doing something because I felt it. And I knew something had to happen.
Oh, sorry, there's a big.
That's okay. And so what I decided to do, I said this morning, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna look back at that video, and I will see if what I thought happened happened. And it did. And she said, okay, so you have so many threads on your life right now. You've got so many leashes that you're holding on to something. This is an analogy he gave me last night. He said, okay, right now you're at the tippy top of this mountain you've been climbing your entire life. You struggled to get up there. You were told a purpose. Yes, you had traumatic events happen. You've had people come in and out of your life. Those that you allowed in or out, those you pushed away. We're here now. And you have fought tooth and nail to be here now. What are you going to do about last night's stream? What are you going to do? Because you have strategically tried to hold everything that you've put into this with your own hands. And as you realized who you were, and as you realize, okay, yeah, I do want to try to get there, but I've got this and I've got that. And he said, okay, so you said weight loss. Let that thread go. Let that leash go. You let it go. Communication with me. You said, I'm going to just listen to you. I married you. I'm just going to listen to you. I'm just going to see what you are talking about. Let's just try it. Try it your way. I'm going to be more patient. I'm not going to get upset. If I'm upset with people at work, I will deal with it professionally at work, but it will not come home. How many of y'all married to your jobs? How many are married to your job? I'm not kidding. How many? Go ahead, put it in the chat comment. That's fine. I would love that. I love to see the interaction. I want to hear, I'm here. I actually do want to listen. Not many people do like listening, but if you know me, I will listen to you. I will give you my undivided attention, even if you've only got 5 minutes. So, for those who may be joining a little late, I've asked that everyone put that phone down. Do not answer that notification. Maybe even put it on, silent if you can. Because right now is a moment that you need to vent. Some of you need to vent. Go ahead. And that's why Twitch is a good way to do that, because Facebook, they use your real name sometimes. And Twitch, you can kind of be anonymous. And sometimes you just want to. And so, I, of course, welcome you to follow me on Twitch, if that is easier. But how many are married to their jobs? Yeah, well, because you laugh at it, right? I laughed at it. Married to my job, whatever. And Chief asked me a question. He said, when you go to work, Yeah, you're fully invested. You have people that you deal with, but your tasks become the number one thing, right? I was like, yeah, of course. I'm at work. I'm getting paid for my time. Oops. I'm getting paid for my time. And then he said, when you come home, who gets your attention at that point? Don't tap your neighbor, especially if they're your spouse. Please don't. Don't embarrass anybody. We know. Let them deal with it in that moment. Let them have that realization. But what do you think about even when you're not at work? Do you have a job where you just take phone calls 24 hours a day? Are you an on-call nurse, doctor? Can you list the last time you actually did something you enjoyed? Like a hobby? Can you? Oops. I'm maneuvering, excuse me. Can you? How much money did you file on that W-2? And did you take a vacation and enjoy your own money? Or did you work more? Even when you took a little staycation? You're married to your job, I'm sorry to tell you. I told Chief, in order for me to do this, because I was one of those persons. I was one of those people. I can admit it because I was told that if you really want to make a good impression, give it your all. And that's fine. But give it your all when they're paying you. Segment it. Box it off. Because if you don't make time for yourself, who's going to do it for you? If you don't make time for yourself, what about all that purpose you talked about when you was a kid? What about it? Was it a lie? Was it a myth? What happened to it? What happened? I am serious right now. What happened? We already been through those steps. We said, okay, you were born. You realized there was a purpose in your life, whether your parents spoke it into you or you have recordings from a young age or whatever. My mom reminded me of when I was a baby. Yep, this is what she saw or my dad saw over me. You had some trauma, some time passed, and here we are. How much time has passed since you thought about that purpose? How much time? How much time has passed? Stop, think about that. That hobby. That thing that brought you joy, you didn't even have to get paid for. So let's take a step back, because some people I understand don't understand that word. They don't understand that word. Purpose. This is a Bubba cup. I love this Bubba cup. It's funny, my dog comes running because I call him Bubba. So I'd be like, get my Bubba cup. This is a huge just container, right? This container has a purpose. This container can be filled with liquid, ideally liquid to be pulled through the straw in large quantities. I drink a lot of water. This is what I use this for. I don't need to drink it strawberry out of here. We got other cups for that. We don't need to drink that much strawberry. But this right here has a purpose. Now, I could fill it with anything that it could hold. I could fill it with a solid. I could put this lip balm thing and just put a bunch of them in there and decorate the outside. Put a bow around it, make it look really pretty, almost like a vase. I could. It's got nice looking flowers on it. You know, it's a cool little knickknack. It's not repulsive or anything. You know, I could dress it up. I could say all my lipsticks go in that container. I pull the straw out or not. Put the lid back on. Boom. I can maneuver it. Maybe you got that much makeup. You could. You could put that in there. But what is the purpose? What was it designed to do? Yeah, design, made. Intentionally to do this thing. You've been told your whole life you don't have a purpose. You are a waste of space. That is a lie. You've been told. Dude, kick rocks. I believe when I see it. You might have shared something. Even with your family. I believe it when I see it. From Missouri, we're Show Me State. That's where me and Chief are from originally. Show me. You show me. You've been told that. So you can't see that although that was going in there, that heartache was going in there. Other people's problems were going in there. Other people's expectations were going in there. Other people's perception of you was going in there. And at the very bottom, I'm talking about very corner, you know that last bit of drink that nobody likes to drink because you know it's all backwash. That's how much of the purpose is left in that little bit of that little space in that container. And all above it is all this stuff has been piled up on top of your head. You know what me and Chief said? Right before we streamed last night, we said, we don't care anymore. We're done. We're done. We will empty this whole thing out if we have to, just to get back to where we were supposed to be. We will. We will. Because purpose has been so beat down, so mistreated, so misunderstood. So misunderstood. And that's why I asked the question last night. What would you do? And a part of your gifting, a part of your purpose is your gifting. Who you were created to be. Your intentional design. Your eyes, your nose, lips, mouth, height. The way you spoke. All of it was in there. You were created with all of that to be the best at whatever your gifting is. And purpose is just that. Is your gifting. And so, as I mentioned before, Chief and I had a decision to make. I could let go one more thread. One more leash. Let go. One more item. Because he said, literally, you are standing at the top of a mountain. And you have the opportunity to either just let that last thing go, which is just put it out there. Or you could drag this thing to its final destination. Even though you're at the tippy top apex of the mountain. And it'll just go on its own. No effort. No effort. No effort. Think about your Monday today. I thought about my Monday. As soon as I opened that first email, I was like, what the heck am I doing here? Chief was like, okay, so what are you going to do? Are you just going to let it go? Or are you going to hold on to it and pull it? Or are you going to allow it to go as it should? Because I reached a pivotal moment in time. And you have reached a pivotal moment in time. You've understood. You've understood for a while. You've understood. Some of you already kind of know what your giftings are. You said, okay, I can do this. I can do that. We saw calligraphy, writing. We saw encouraging people. We saw the ability to get back up no matter what. But I'm gonna push you a little further. You know who you are. I'm gonna ask you a few more questions because you're saying this, and I'm trying to get to that. But because we all should be able to do that. That is a must for our lives. But you kind of know, but it sounds too big. That can't be real. Who lied to you? That's because you shared the intent with those who were not supposed to be a part of your life. And that little bit of purpose that was down in the corner, that little bit of backwash, drip, drop that God could use because he can take the grain of a mustard seed. You've poured things that don't even go in the bottle. Hey! You've piled it on top of it. You've buried it. You've taken on their problems. You've taken on their view of you. What happened? How old are you today? How old are you today? Are you midlife? If you are midlife, I have to ask you, what do you have to lose? I have to ask you. I have to ask you. You might be going through some difficult situations, and a lot of times, those things that we're encountering actually bring some perspective on mortality. I understand that. If you are middle-aged and you are taking care of your parents that are older, I understand you might have a single mom like I did. who needed you to be an adult before you were ready because they needed your assistance around the house. I understand. I understand. You got a lot. You got a lot on your plate right now. But the question is it supposed to go in this one? Is there any other solution besides taking in what other people want you to be? Is there another way? Can we think of another way to deal with drama? I'm talking about little things that pull at you at this point. Things that you've buried your purpose under. You have. And now you're at a pivotal moment in your life because you said, you know what? She is kind of talking about my situation. And I don't really want to talk about that because I got to be somewhere in 20 minutes that I already promised someone who filled my container already. They already filled my container. And you are asking yourself, is she talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you just did yesterday. I don't care. Because time is of the essence. And every year that you spend outside of your purpose. Come on, man. It's 2022. How many had a New Year's resolution? Yep, we talked about that a little bit last night. New Year's resolution. I'm going to do this. It's my year. I'm going to do that. It's my year. I'm going to go here. It's my year. It's the last day of Black History Month. We ain't even all the way through the first quarter. Did you already say no? Maybe that was a dream. That was a fantasy. I need to be more realistic. Stop, please. Chief and I are just saying we don't care anymore. If we can think through it, it can happen. Stop. It wasn't too big. If you said, I want to lose 20 pounds, it wasn't too big. If you said, I need to really be surrounded with healthier people, but I feel so connected to this person. They're going through a rough patch. You don't understand. You don't understand, Crystal. They need me right now. They have no one else. You know, when you get on a plane and they tell you very simply, yes, these masks will drop in the case of an emergency, low oxygen, turbulence, and people just needing to stay calm. And what do they say? What is the instruction for the mask? You got to put yours on first. But no, my baby. But my child needs me right now at this moment. It's 7:01 in my time. My child needs me. My cousin needs me. My mother-in-law needs me. This person, that person. I'm needed. Wait a minute. Because I asked you, when was the last time you thought about your purpose? And then I said, top apex of the mountain. If you could follow me in thought and understand that any year you're not living in purpose, you're kind of dying. Emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Why aren't you putting on your mask right now? Why aren't you looking after yourself right now? Right now. Yes, they need you. They will always need you. There will always be someone else, something else that needs you. The question is, why haven't you said, I think I might need to take a look at my own life and see what makes me happy? It's time to be a little selfish this year in a good way. Chief and I talk about positive and negative selfishness. See, every emotion we have is given by God. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. God has given us every type and category of emotion. You can choose to use it appropriately or not. Fear can be used appropriately. You can fear things and it's okay. You can have anxiety about things and it's okay. It just points to something. It's just a symptom of what's really going on. It is, right? And so you're afraid right now that if I do not do this for that person, even though I am breaking, breaking inside. Priestess, you think there might be like a backwash amount in here for me to even remember? But maybe it has dehydrated because I have not tended to it enough. I can barely even remember. You are breaking. Tell me you're not. Tell me you're not. Tell me you're not breaking. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. If you have that much purpose, even just a small amount, where you're just like, I remember one thing my mom told me. One thing this nice lady who saw me perform in the school play told me. One thing that this person who tried a pie that I created told me. One thing that when I competed, someone said, insert there. And so you said, Crystal, this is all I got. I can barely even hold it in my hand. Life has beat up against the beach of my mind and my heart and my spirit so much that you trying to look for at least a slurp of backwash. I've got granules. They are dried out. I hear you. I hear you. Come on in. Put it down. Take a listen. Come in. Let's talk about it. Because while you are still trying to put that mask on that child, older man, whoever you feel needs help, you are suffocating. God, you are breaking. You are at your rope and wit's end. Wick's end. You are there. But you don't know. I do understand. Here's a little bit of my backstory. I have an older sister, 2 younger brothers. My mom was a single mom. And when I was younger, I quickly became the second parent of the house. Quickly. No time wasted. No, mama, I don't blame my mother. I don't. I don't. I had to think through it. I had to process it because I understand that adults have to make tough decisions. And sometimes the consequences of life leave them in a place where they have to do something, even if they don't want to do it. And my mom hated that I had to be a second parent in the house. But the only way for us to not be homeless was that she would have to work to the bone. She was not, really educated. She was not, scholarly. She was not PhDs to the third power. She was not that type of person. She was a blue collar worker, actually. My mom worked as a forklift driver at Board and Pasta Company. And that woman could drive a forklift. It was ridiculous. She would work overnight shifts. So, overnight shifts for the parent of the house. Now we have a 10-year-old daughter that has to then become mom and sometimes dad to two younger brothers. My sister did not grow up with us. And I'll, of course, talk about that as it's necessary. But, and when I say I had to do it, Chief, when I said I had to do it, I'm not kidding you. My mom would be at work and she would call me on the phone from her job on her lunch break or whatever. And she would say, hey, baby, I need you to go ahead. Remember that chicken I told you to pull out this morning? Okay, this is how you're going to do this. Then you do this, and then you do that. And my little brain is 10 years old trying to figure out how to cook a meal. As I grew up, I had to be at parent-teachers conferences because she was working. I had to help with homework because she was working. I was at school performances because she was working. Be at parent-teachers. And my mom became the guardian of my nieces and nephews. But she was working. So, I had 5 kids. 5 kids. Cook for all of them. Make sure that they were all okay. Cleaning after them. Helping with all of their homework. Making sure they were having fun too. I love being fun. But I can understand when you say, I've got people depending on me. I get it. I get it. We all get it. That's life. But how long are you going to suffocate yourself before you put on your own mask? Excuse me? How long? I'm just... Okay, I'll give you a second to think about that. One more sip. One more second for a thought. How long? This is a moment in time. And whether or not you want to believe it, 2022 is a very different year. A lot of the things in politics are changing very quickly. The housing market has changed drastically. If you want to be, just kind of what's going on in current events. People are becoming millionaires overnight for doing whatever they thought they were good at. People are. When apparently the economy is supposed to be bad. How's that possible? How's that possible? I thought you said you can't do that. I thought Auntie and them and Big Bubba and them across the way. I thought impossible. You have a moment right now to make a decision. Is 2022 gonna feel like 2019 and 2020 and 2021? Because we already kind of passed by the New Year's resolution, said maybe I wasn't realistic for 20 pounds. You was realistic. Drop them 20 pounds. It was realistic. You was realistic. You were realistic when you said, I should open that business. Stop doubting yourself. Yeah, you're on track. You're on track. Because anything in the positive direction is on track. We're not gonna make this hard. Right, Chief? We don't think, no. It is not a come over here and expect to be told that you are going to, and that the process is I can't promise you anything. I can't do that. What I can promise you is if you don't put on your mask, you will continue to die. Part of you will continue to fade away. Because delayed gratification is just chipping away. Chipping away. But I said I would. Dang, it didn't happen last year. Man, I felt like it was supposed to happen like 5 years ago. Like, when is it my turn? That's what you're telling yourself. When is it my turn? Knock, knock. It's your turn. It's here. Now, I am not promising everyone will be a millionaire. That's craziness. Stop being weird. Not everybody even desires that kind of lifestyle. Stop. What I am promising you is you could have a life beyond your dreams. So I woke up this morning. I felt kind of good about what happened because I felt like I was just being myself, right? Excuse me. Sorry about that. Beer. You understand. And remember what Chief said. Chief laid that out. He was like, you could either let it go and just flow with it, or you can literally hold yourself back this whole time. You'll still get there. But how much harder would it have been? So I woke up. I listened to the video again because I was like, that was just too easy. Something is, it can't be that easy to flow. It can't be that easy to be in God's gifting for your life. And I listened back to it, and God said, this is a moment that will either make or break you. You can let that last leash go. Or you can just go completely all out with it. And I said, you know what? We're going all out with it. Chief woke up this morning. No, Chief, before he went to bed last night, he said, you know what? You know that place I go to Monday through Friday, depending on if they feel like seeing me, if they feel like scheduling work for their own company, if the weather suits them well enough. If they bother to be in my presence is tolerable for them. You know that place? I'm done. I'm done. That's an act of faith. But that was his act that he needed to make. Chief today said, baby, do you trust me? I said, yes. You got me here, honey. You helped me here. I trust you. He said, okay, I'll message you in a couple hours. I got to work. I did what I needed to do to get my day going. He said, by the way, I've got your Facebook page up. I've got your YouTube up. I've connected these items. I've looked into this software. We will be using it tonight. I've got this. I've got that. All I had last night was a Twitch stream. Because it is a pivotal moment in my life where I can continue to hide behind, under, outside of complete intention, purpose, and gifting. Or I can just put it all out there and be 100% me. I can. I had to choose. And everything that he said and something in my gut or in the back of my neck, I slapped it away. Slap it away. And I said, let's go for it. Let's do it. Yep. This is the time. This is the moment. Your thing might not be starting a channel. Stop copy and pasting your life. Stop, please. Are you a stop, please. You are not a robot. You are not a zombie. You are not a clone. Stop. There could be way more people on this planet, and you are especially you. Stop it. Stop it. Just because that style is nice on them, it don't mean it should be your style. Stop. What happened to your own voice? What happened to your own thoughts? What happened to, I can deal with somebody not liking my picture because I took it for me? What happened to that? What happened to that? It's not good unless this person, and this person likes it. It's not good. It's not up to par. It's not on the level. We are not the same. Stop that. Stop that. It's weird. Stop acting like that. Stop putting your value on other people. I will say that very often. Because depending on who's hearing it at that moment, you have valued other people's opinions of you for so long, you do not even know. What was that at the bottom? Underneath all the extra And the stuff that's not, what? You don't even know what that is. You might want to go back and watch the first video. Do it. Because we got a lot of ground to cover, and I can't say everything over and over again. So, I ask you to please go watch that, because it was a very important moment as well, and it laid a foundation. And so I'm talking to those who kind of understand giftings. I laid the foundation of what a gift is. You are at a pivotal moment. You are at a pivotal moment. You have a job opportunity in front of you. You realize that there's a market for this, and you're kind of done with that job, and you've been feeling like you should. I'm not telling anybody quit their job. Please don't, because I cannot send you my address and you come live with me. No, you have to know yourself. You have to understand self. You have to hear what is right for you at that time. It was not right for me the middle of last year to start this. It was not. It's not procrastination, it's preparation and understanding the pivotal moment when I see it. So, you're that character. You're that main character. You're that main character. You are. You're that main character. You are. You're that main character. Think about that drama, that comedy, that your favorite show, that sense of adventure. They were born. Someone around them understood purpose. Yes, something traumatic after that happened. Yeah. Yeah. To us all. But then, some time has now passed. And you are finally at yet another pivotal moment. Am I going to let it go this time? Well, the last time I talked to her about it, she said this. The last time I approached that situation, I got yet another slam door in my face. Nah, that can't be real. The last time I watched somebody else attempt it. That's what happened. No. They didn't have good results. They didn't. I saw what happened. But why are you worried about their character? You are suffocating. You had a mental breakdown just recently. You were at the end. You know you are. You attempt it. There were a lot of attempts during COVID, Jack. There were a lot of attempts at taking one's own. There were. I can feel that. Whether you buried yourself in food, going to the club, hey. How many matches can I get? How many of them snitches can I get? Yeah. Oh, if I just post this picture, if I just put this up there, oh my gosh, I just gotta do it. I just gotta put it up. Oh no. That picture wasn't good enough. Okay, let me get this other angle. Oh. Okay, I got it. Perfect. It's perfect. Now I'm gonna put it online. And they crazy if your self-value is connected to likes. From people you may never even see in person again. If you ever saw them in person. God. Your self-value is connected to how many shares, retweets can you get? Think about that. That means if I get a good like here, if I get my good stats there, I am in that thing. But if I don't get the number of views that I thought I was going to get on that video right there, I must have just been dreaming that this was, you're depressed because you didn't get views on a video. Think about how little that is compared to intention. No, I told you, I'm talking about everything. Intention on purpose. In my bag. You know what? If you're going to say in my bag, could you at least make it a bag that's worth it? Please. Who cares how much Louis is dripping? Who cares? Who cares? Do you think anybody that you see homeless today ever owned a Louis bag? Just think about that. Just a challenge here. I'm just a little bit of a challenge. I'm just gonna give you a little bit of challenge. Do you think anybody who's homeless today has ever owned Louis, Prada, Gucci, Fendi, Jimmy? Do you think they've ever owned that? Yes, they have. You would not believe the story of homeless people. What I'm getting to is that it can be taken in a moment. You could reach a pivotal moment, and that thing you wrapped your value in is gone. It's gone, man. Like my husband says, like a fart in the wind. As if though it never existed. It's gone. Life can take turns like that. Are you ready? Are you grounded? Do you know purpose? Can you spot a pivotal moment? Do you know what your own giftings are? And I asked you to put your phone down. I'm just kind of curious. You don't have to tell me, but did you actually do it? I mean, to just focus here on you. To just be in this present moment. Because if you can't do that, you can't grasp any of this. So that's okay. Go back and watch the first video again. Take it down a notch, because today I came in a little more heavy. And I'm not mad at you. I'm sad. I don't want you to lose it. How many people did you see that felt that they had peaked in high school? Now they're middle-aged and they are rudderless. They have no direction. How many? Don't even think too deep about it. Because you can name one example that you think back on pretty often that sometimes gives you encouragement to go ahead and pick up that book that you said you'd write. Sometimes it gives you encouragement to go ahead and just look into what that would look like to file those taxes or that potential, the market research. You know that person. You do. You might be that person. I am not mad at you. What I'm saying is right now you've reached another pivotal moment because today we are coming to fill your air with lungs. Fill your lungs with air again. We are here to help refresh you. We are here to help you remember. We are here to help you regain that perspective, that focus, that understanding. You got it. You got it. I don't care if it's a granular on the set. I don't care. I don't care if I've got to put a chemical on top of it, scrape around in that petri dish. Got to get a little more joy, a little more hope, a little more understanding there, a little scrape around. Almost to the point where you feel like, okay, now we digging on the peach. Nope. We're going to bring that thing back to the surface. Because we cannot continue to watch you. Mass drop. Suffocate. We cannot continue to watch you do this. We cannot. I cannot see one person that I cross a path with and not say something. I just can't, Chief. Can you? I'm like, dude, I know how to be gentle. I know how to read your situation. I understand. I do. I really do. When I say understand, I understand. I have a weird gift of communication. I can communicate with almost any person that can speak even close to the amount of language necessary to finish a thought. And I know you're hearing me right now. And you said, Crystal, you kind of touched on it, but you don't. I understand. I understand. Do I perfectly know your situation? No. I cannot live everyone's life. That is weird. Stop being weird. Just stop it. You are reaching. Stop being crazy. Don't miss what I'm saying. Pivotal moments. I get it. Yep. I get it. And what I'm saying is, this is your time. Your time. Because you shrugged it off the first 3 times I said it, man. I feel you resisting me right now. And I'm telling you, it's your time. My hair's going to do all kind of crazy stuff on screen. I don't care. I don't care. You can focus on the hair. You can focus on your own mask. Your choice. Distraction. It's that time. So I want to see you tomorrow. I'm gonna cut this thing off. Like I said, you gotta digest. You gotta digest. You gotta digest, because this is some deep stuff. See, you can watch that goofy video. You can rewatch your favorite show. Maybe get a little something out of it, right? Now I'm really doing stuff. Maybe get something out of it. But you've never had to direct that lens at yourself. That director's lens that says, can we call action now? Can we actually get this storyline started, back on track? Can we move forward? Get this storyline started. So, it is a pivotal moment. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Tomorrow I'll be streaming again at 6 p.m. right here. You found me. You in the right place. We together in this thing. We here. That's right. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Take that. Remember what they said that was positive. Take that. Remember that little bit that you had at the bottom before that traumatic event came in. Take that. Remember that joy. Remember those younger photos of you and how happy you looked? Take that. Remember. Because the mask is dropping. And it's time.